Hello everyone. This is a bit of a different video. I haven't really been playing anything lately, which is fine because I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life. Which I'm going to share a little bit while kind of just wandering around in Minecraft because, yeah, I just didn't want to really do anything else. I didn't want to have a fast-paced game or anything like that. But yeah, I was just gonna get on and talk a little bit about why I haven't been posting, and kind of the reason behind it. But yeah, so hi, welcome. So on December 7th, my wife, we had to rush to the ER. It was Sunday. We had to rush to the ER, or the doctors in a way, due to the fact that she had a very, very high blood pressure. It was, it was 194/14, and I'm not going to share a ton of information on kind of, I guess, stuff, but really high blood pressure. She had, basically the doctors came in and said she had preeclampsia. So yeah, so that was pretty terrifying. For the long part, yeah, it was really high. I know people have seen higher, but for us, that was pretty scary. Coming out of her pregnancy was very smooth. So kind of coming out of that was, or going into that was pretty scary. But yeah, so she went in for high blood pressure. And then, doctors come in and kind of give you kind of the runaround of everything that's, kind of going on, what the next steps are. And, it was all pretty scary stuff for me because it's new. Because I am now, thankfully, a new father, healthy baby boy. And, my wife is getting healthy as well. So I'm very thankful and grateful for that. But yeah, so went to the doctors on Sunday, and then on Monday, which would be the 8th, we had to do a emergency C-section due to the fact that her blood pressure was not going down. So again, scary stuff. I understand people have gone through this multiple times. It's nothing new, but for me, it was very scary. But yeah, so emergency C-section on Monday morning. And then he was born, or removed, whichever you like to say. It's a C-section, so he was removed, but it is birth. But, so that was good. Everything was looking good. And then, about a little bit after that, once everything was said and done, he had to go to the NICU. He had a little bit of fluid in his lungs, but nothing major, thankfully. So he was on CPAP for a little bit, and then, basically just kind of monitoring him and everything else. Yeah, but in the OR, during or after the C-section, doctors basically said, she's losing too much blood. And kind of, they weren't too concerned, but when a doctor says your wife is losing a lot of blood after a major surgery, it's pretty scary. So yeah, I was pretty freaked out about that. And then it was kind of a divide of, do I go with my son to the NICU, or do I stay with my wife? During the process of them getting everything situated, and I ended up staying with my wife. Thankfully, my sister-in-law was there, and she basically followed my son down to the NICU and watched it over him. And we're very grateful for that as well. We're also grateful for the nurses and the doctors that performed these things as well. And yeah, I mean, it's just, we're very thankful. She is home and healing and healthy. But so she lost basically all of her blood in her body, which I think is 6 liters. So she lost, I think, 5 or somewhere along those lines. But again, and we're thankful to blood donors as well. So we're thankful to a lot of people. Sorry if I say a lot. I just did it again. But yeah, it's a scary situation. And after they performed the C-section and got her all stitched back up and got her, kind of blood going down, she was still losing a lot of blood after everything. So then they took her back to the OR for, I forgot what the medical term is, but basically she had blood clots, and there was part of her placenta that was left in, and the placenta was basically like an open wound because it has blood vessels and everything like that. So it was basically, they were putting blood in, but she was just, whoa, I'm running. They were putting blood in, but she was still losing blood because of the placenta. So they took her back into the OR, which is always hard for me, or it was hard for me because I wasn't able to go back with that one. So they basically just, take my wife out of the room, and I just kind of sit there. I had family there that was, much appreciated. But it still plays a hard impact on me mentally. Not just, because of that, but it plays a hard thing on her mentally as well, just because, she is trusting people and none of her family or friends are there with her. So I imagine that was terrifying for her as well. But so they got all the blood clots out, her placenta out, the rest of the placenta, and then basically she started healing from that point on. And we were so grateful and so thankful for the nurses, for the doctors, and just kind of everything that happened and went on. Yeah, I mean, it was a scary moment in my life, which is, there are a lot of things that scare a lot of people in life, I'm sure. And these things can be hard. And this was definitely hard for me to watch, to even, just the amount of trauma and emotions and things that happen that sometimes I think we go and we look at it and we say, it's part of life. It is part of life, but we still need to talk about it. We still need to have people to help us through it. And we do. and we, me and my wife, we're talking about it. We're helping each other as much as we can. And yeah, I mean, it is scary, but, my wife is healing, and our son is doing great. He's getting bigger and bigger every day. It's only been, it's been 2 weeks now. So he's 2 weeks old. But yeah, I'm just sharing this in a way to talk and vent. And if some people, find this weird to talk on YouTube and make a video on Minecraft and stand and look at the moonrise, it's okay. This is more for me than anyone else. It's just kind of me talking and getting things out. And just, these things happen, and they happen fast. Her blood pressure rose insanely fast. And it was a scary time because we didn't know what was going to happen. But yeah, we spent 6 days in the hospital, kind of just battling our thoughts and fears of the unknown. And it can be hard on your mental health and your physical health. So, if for possibly new fathers or, mothers, there is things that can go south, not to scare people or anything like that, but just that things happen quickly, and be prepared as much as you can. And also be there for your wife as much as you can. And, don't forget that as men, sometimes it's really scary. We just need to be there for our wives, and, not necessarily. Yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say right now, but yeah. So this was a shorter video, just kind of to talk, give you guys an update. I'll summarize it really quickly, just in case, someone gets back to the, skips ahead or whatever. But so basically what happened was her high blood pressure on Sunday was really high. We went into the doctors, they lowered it. Then Monday morning we had to schedule a emergency C-section due to the fact that her blood pressure was not going down. And then in the operating area, she started losing a lot of blood, and they fixed it and then had to go in again because it, in a way, wasn't fixed, and she was losing blood from the placenta, which was just kind of draining. And then they got all that out, blood clots and placenta, and she started healing. And then we just kind of laid low and took it slow, and thankfully we're home and healthy, and she's healing, and we're totally thankful to the blood donors, to the doctors, to the nurses. Just thank you, and thank you to doctors and nurses all around the world for the hard job that you do. But yeah, that is all I have for right now. I don't know when I will be posting more videos and more content right now, but I just wanted to get this out and share, and hopefully, you all enjoy it. And yeah, that's all I have for now. So thank you for watching, and we will see you all at a later time. Bye.